Bless on mommy, bless on daddy, bless on me. Could it really be? Could she really predict the future? No, but everything that happened, how could it be a coincidence? For the past few days, since the untimely death of Hannah's grandfather, Nathan has been awfully stressed. He couldn't make sense of how it all happened, but deep down inside, he was afraid his daughter had something to do about it. Hannah was only 5 years old, but there had always been something strange about her. When Evelyn had gotten pregnant with her, she and Nathan were going through a rough time in their relationship. They were constantly bickering and arguing, and just couldn't get along. But Nathan looked on the bright side. This child would bring them back together. But this pregnancy also marked the start of a change in Evelyn. Suddenly, she had become religious. She started to attend a strange church that had all kinds of strange rules and regulations, peculiar dress codes, and believing in a supreme alien lord is enough to be said. Evelyn had become a member without even telling him, and every weekend she would go for the sermons. That's where she first met Priest Harrison. Such a wonderful sermon, Priest Harrison. Nathan and I had a lovely time. Right, Nathan? Oh, yeah, very peaceful. My delight to be here with you. Oh, Nathan and I actually wanted to invite you over for dinner. When did we... Sure, I'd love to come. Nathan had never been into these things, but on Evelyn's insistence, he went to the church. And on her insistence, they became close to Priest Harrison. Priest Harrison had been a big support for Evelyn throughout her pregnancy. In fact, on the night Hannah was born, he was the first person Evelyn called to the hospital. Priest Harrison, Nathan and I wanted to make you Hannah's godfather. Godfather? When do you make these decisions? You know I'd always be there for her. This child is special, Evelyn. She's born on the night of the Halley's comet. She's been blessed by the supreme alien lord. She'll be a messenger to this world. Messenger? Thank you so much for being part of our family. And since then, Harrison became even closer to the family, and especially to Hannah. He often came over to the house. He brought bizarre gifts for Hannah. Why don't you start bringing her to the church? It's never too early to serve the alien lord. Yes, that sounds like a great idea. Nathan and I were actually thinking about it. What? When was I thinking? I don't want my daughter turning into one of them. Wonderful! Bring her in tomorrow. We'll do the initiation ceremony. And since then, Evelyn started taking Hannah to the church, where Hannah was learning all kinds of crazy things to which now, Nathan wished he had said no. Recently, Hannah started going to school. But just weeks in, Nathan was called for a parent-teacher meeting. Hannah, here's your science test. You didn't do so well, but I'm sure next time you'll do better. You failed me? May the wrath of the Supreme Alien Lord fall on you, Mrs. Meridew. Excuse me? Nathan was completely shocked and embarrassed when Mrs. Meridew continuously complained on Hannah's behavior and the absurd things she said in class. On top of that, Hannah was miserably failing in science. And Nathan could guess why. Evelyn, maybe Hannah should take a break from going to the church. Don't you think it's too early for her? What? How could you even say something like that? Harrison says she's so well behaved. She's practicing for the lead in the choir this eclipse. But, Nathan, I have a lot of work. Harrison's coming over for dinner tonight. Again? That evening, Harrison brought another gift for Hannah. It was a strange silver UFO, the like of which Nathan had never seen before. You're growing up so fast. One of these days, you'll see the green light. What green light? Time will tell, child. Time will tell. You're the alien lord's special child. Dinner is ready. Dinners with Harrison were awkward and painful. Evelyn couldn't end with her praises for him. And Nathan couldn't get the right balance of what wouldn't be offensive. Has anyone from the church ever met an alien? Yes, the elders of the church have spoken to them. Oh, so they've seen the alien. No, they only meet in the dark. Really? No one could shine a flashlight in their face and check? Nathan, how could you say such a thing? It was just a small joke. Joke? Do you even understand how disrespectful that was to say about the holy alien elders? So blasphemous. Priest Harrison, please, don't go. I can't believe you, Nathan. That night, Priest Harrison left in the middle of dinner. And though Nathan looked awfully regretful of his actions, he couldn't have been more relieved. Come on, Hannah, time for bed. As Nathan left Hannah's room, he stopped hearing her say her prayers. Bless on Mommy, bless on Daddy, bless on Grandma, and rest in peace, Grandpa. Hearing the last part, Nathan went back inside. What was the last part about? Your grandpa's alive and well, sweetheart. No reason, Daddy. Okay, sleep tight. Nathan hadn't thought much of it, and went to bed himself. But a couple hours later, Evelyn got a call from her mother. Mom? What happened? Is everything all right? Evelyn, your dad, he's no more. What? Apparently, Evelyn's father suddenly had a heart attack in the middle of dinner some hours back. I don't understand, doctor. My father didn't have any heart disease. He was healthy. Yes, the case was quite strange. It was absolutely sudden. Perhaps he was frightened by something and couldn't take the trauma. While having dinner? The death made absolutely no sense. And the following day at the funeral, the only thing that ran in Nathan's mind was what Hannah had said. Rest in peace, Grandpa. How could she know? No, she couldn't. It was probably just a sad coincidence. I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh, Harrison, thanks for coming. It means a lot to me. The rain had been heavy since afternoon that day. The family returned home, quietly had dinner, and around 10, Nathan put Hannah to bed. Sleep tight. But as he stepped out, he heard his daughter say her prayers again. Bless on Mommy, bless on Daddy, and rest in peace, Uncle Toby. Uncle Toby? Who's Uncle Toby? Evelyn, do you know Uncle Toby? Uncle Toby? He's a very important elder church member. Strange. Hannah was talking about him. The rain poured heavily all night, but finally the next morning the weather cleared up. But when Nathan came out to the kitchen that morning, he found Evelyn heading out in her strange church attire. "You're going to church? It's not Wednesday." "It's bad news, Nathan. I can't believe just last night we spoke of him, and today, he's no more." "Who?" "Uncle Toby. He was watering the flowers behind the church yesterday evening, and he was struck by lightning. The church members found his body this morning." "Rest in peace, Uncle Toby." Nathan hadn't told Evelyn about Hannah. He didn't know what to say. Would she believe him? He couldn't believe it. A few nights had passed since then. Every night, Nathan waited outside Hannah's door, anxiously listening to her prayers. She was quiet. How? Nathan tried to think of every rational explanation, when he suddenly remembered the night Hannah was born. "She's a special child, Evelyn. She's born on the night of the Halley's comet. She's been blessed by the Supreme Alien Lord. She will be a messenger to this world." Messenger? The Halley's comet is a messenger of death. Is that what he meant? These deaths were like prophecies? Nathan was frightened, and at this point frustrated. He didn't know what was going on, but he knew Hannah had to stop going to that church. Nathan didn't allow Hannah to go to the church, and the rest of the week went by normally, and Nathan was feeling much relieved. But on Wednesday night, a week later, as he put his daughter to bed and slowly walked out, he heard her voice again. "Bless on Mommy, rest in peace, Daddy." Nathan felt his chest stricken. I'm going to die next? No, how could this be possible? But then again, it happened twice already. Nathan went to bed, but rarely got any sleep that night. And the next morning, he left for work feeling awfully stressed. Stopping at the red light, his mind was so overwhelmed with everything. Was he truly going to die today? If it was going to happen, the question now was, when and how? As the traffic light turned green, and Nathan was about to step on the gas, he suddenly froze, hearing a loud honk. In seconds, a truck came swerving down the intersection and crashed just a few feet away from him. That was a close call. The process, it has begun. Nathan immediately parked the car and walked the rest of the way to work. The entire morning went by in a mayhem, but Nathan felt a little safer. Nothing could happen in front of all these people, right? During lunch break, he left the office to go to the cafeteria. But just as he was to reach the elevator, the door is shut. Tough luck, it was empty too. Yeah, I guess I'll just wait. Nathan sighed as he pressed the button again. But just moments into waiting, he heard a loud noise from inside. What is going on? The elevator is crashing down. We have to call for help. As panic arose in the halls, Nathan stared at the elevator. I was gonna get on that. If things went on like this, there was no doubt this was going to be his last day. What was he going to do? Right then and there, Nathan went to the 5th floor and locked himself in the bathroom. He would just stay put here, safe and sound, till the day ended. But right before 10, Nathan didn't have a choice but to leave, as the security would be locking up soon. There's 2 hours till midnight. I just have to make it 2 more hours. There was no way he was taking a car or a bus. He was going to walk back home. But that's when Nathan suddenly spotted a strange-looking man. A mugger. No worries, I'll give him all my money. But to his surprise, the man crossed the road and left him be. Nathan quickened his pace. He got lucky this time, but there was no saying what was to come his way tonight. That's when all of a sudden it started to rain. No, not like Uncle Toby. Running down the street, Nathan didn't waste a second until he reached home. Finally, just 10 minutes left. But the moment he entered, he froze, hearing a voice. He turned to see Evelyn and Harrison staring at him. "What happened to you? It's like you've seen a ghost." "You're here?" "Yes. Yesterday you all didn't come to the weekly sermon, so I thought I'd drop by." "Leave that. Sit down, Nathan. Let me get you some coffee. You're soaking wet." Evelyn hurried to the kitchen and brought out some coffee and cookies. Nathan took a sip as he let out a deep breath. "You won't believe, I had the worst day." "Yes, Evelyn was telling me you've been looking stressed lately." "No, perhaps it was all just in my head. It was really a coincidence," Nathan said as he watched Harrison pick up one of the cookies. "What coincidence?" "It's Hannah, I thought." As Nathan was about to share his bizarre story, Harrison suddenly held his throat. "Harrison, are you alright?" I can't." "Harrison! Harrison!" Harrison suddenly began choking on the food as he fell to the ground. Evelyn fumbled to get the phone, crying, "Nathan, do something!" But Nathan froze in shock, staring at Harrison on the ground. "Harrison! Harrison! Nathan, he's dead." "What? But Hannah said it was supposed to be me." "Rest in peace, Daddy." "Nathan, we have to go to the hospital right now." "Yes, we need to do a DNA test on Hannah." Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.